My name is Caitlin, and for the last 6 months I've been living as a missionary in Swords, Ireland. I think one of the challenges that I've faced since moving to Ireland is just not being able to depend on myself anymore. Honestly, there are so many things that on the outside seem similar here, or maybe even the same, but when you stick around a while and you really open your eyes, you realize that they're not. And there are just so many things that I didn't realize that I was going to have to relearn. But by the grace of God, it's just a reminder that we do need to rely on Him, even in the small things, even in the everyday things. And I think that some of that breaking of my pride of just thinking that I know best or thinking that I know everything has been one of the biggest challenges of living here. But has also been one of the biggest blessings because it is a great reminder that we need to rely on God for everything. One of my biggest victories, something that still makes me jump for joy to this day, has been a relationship that I've had with a girl here in our Impact group. I got to take her to a play when I first moved here because I thought she would just love that, and she did. And we got to spend this whole afternoon together, and I asked her about, why she comes to our youth group and what her relationship with God is like, and she was very firm with me and told me that she's not really interested in God, and that when she comes to youth group on a Friday night, her parents are always telling her, don't let them convert you, don't let them make you a Christian, remember where you came from, remember who you are, and that it was this really strong just resistance to Christ, but she's still interested and still keeps coming back because she knows that this place is different, and she also knows that she can have a good time here and just be with people who genuinely care about her. So she's been coming back for almost a year now, and a few months after this had happened, I had just been praying, God, she may not be ready to accept the fact that you are working in her life, Lord, but I just prayed that she would come to know you and come to love you in her own way. And so a couple months after we got to go see that play, she hadn't been around because she'd been on holidays, and so I hadn't even really seen her. And the first time she comes back, we were doing Impact, and we were about a half an hour in, or an hour and a half in. The whole thing is about 2 hours, so we're an hour and a half in, almost towards the end, and we haven't done our devotional yet. And we call our devotionals God Spots. And we were playing a game, and she puts down her ping pong paddle, and she comes up to me and she goes, Caitlin, can we do God Spot now? It's getting late. Can we do the God Spot? And I nearly cried because I couldn't believe that even though I hadn't seen her in months, God had been answering that prayer, and He had been working in her life without our intervention. And that just goes back to even remembering that we have to depend on God, because it's not what we do, but us partnering with God that changes someone's life. I wanted to thank you for all of the prayers and support you've offered me over the last 6 months. Together, we are really making a difference in the church family here in Ireland. Please pray that God would provide a way for me to continue staying in this country and ministering to the people of Swords. I couldn't do what I do without you, so thank you so much for all of your contributions.